This is Natural Powerlifting Radio. Deadlifts, chicken nuggets, video games. This is Check My Total, a powerlifting podcast with Timothy Payne and Andrew Hinson.
Welcome to another episode of Check My Total. It's a fine Thursday afternoon. And for today's episode, it's just going to be me and your boy. We're going to be talking about breakfast.
Breakfast. Well, I can go ahead and tell you right now that I do not eat breakfast.
No breakfast for T-Payne. So basically, we're going to answer the age-old question of, is breakfast the most important meal of the day? So, I know we've all been hearing those commercials, and they'll all be like, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and they got the TV playing with the Kellogg's crystallization frosted flakes being poured into the bowl, that ice cold frothy milk going in, bashing the flakes back and forth on that white ceramic bowl. Sparkling, kids got a spoonful. They're eating them. Tony the Tiger, he's spouting off they're great, and then they're always backing it by all this stuff about how you need to eat breakfast and how it's the most nutritional meal, or it's the best time to eat. You know, get everything going, get your body working, get your metabolism up and running. That's what they all be preaching.
And even in grade school, I'm pretty sure the first basic nutrition class you take, they're always like, you better eat breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, you get taught at a young age. And what's that pyramid of food? The food pyramid? Ain't cereal and bread at the base?
Yeah,
Is that not the base of the daggum food pyramid?
Yeah, the biggest section of the pyramid, bread and grains.
Yeah, so apparently that's what your whole diet needs to consist of, is cereal and breakfast, or else you don't have the base of the pyramid. So.
But do you believe that?
Ooh, no, I don't. I do not believe that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I just think it's overhyped in the media and what you were taught as a kid, and no, I do not believe it.
Well, what are some of the benefits of not eating breakfast?
I don't know so much the benefits of not eating breakfast, just maybe the benefits of maybe waking up, and depends on when you wake up, because I don't know. If you wake up at 10:30, 11 o'clock, breakfast might be lunch. But it kind of just depends. I know for me, I don't really feel like I need to eat as soon as I get up out of bed. So I don't eat until generally, lunchtime, which some people, they like to call it intermittent fasting.
Mm-hmm.
Just you don't eat in the mornings, and you generally only eat for maybe, I don't know, 8-9 hours out of the day, something like that, 10 hours out of the day. But I'm not so much concerned over waking up in the morning and immediately getting food in me. I just don't think that matters that much. I think it has more to do with your overall calorie and nutritional intake over the course of the whole entire day, more so than it does at the first hour of the day.
Right. And basically what you said with your opening statements, most people are going to be eating these sugary cereals. So is that really best to eat as soon as you wake up, or is it better to wait a couple hours and have a salad?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like an old car in the winter, man. I gotta crank my engine up and just sit there and run for a couple hours before I even feel like eating anything.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get my body warmed up to eat. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and I get how some people you'll kind of read up, and some people will be like, oh, well, if you wake up and you eat breakfast and it like regulates your sugar levels and your glucose levels, and well, first off, a lot of those studies, they're backed by the people that want you to eat breakfast because they're selling cereal. And some of that is true. Like your sugar levels and glucose levels might be low in the mornings, and like you might need to, depending on like who you are, like if you have an issue with that, then yeah, you might want to eat something in the morning. But like generally speaking, like most people can generally just wait and not eat breakfast and just use their calories and their macros at other points during the day.
I also think it depends a lot on what you're going to do throughout the day. So like it makes a lot of sense for a farmer to wake up and have a big old bowl of oatmeal before going to work in the field for, 6 hours, because it will probably be that long before they get to eat again. Versus, like me, I mostly work on the computer, so I can pretty much wake up and sit back down and work all day and hardly burn any calories or anything. So
Yeah.
I can wait to eat, versus if I had a heavy, intensive kind of labor job, I probably would want to eat something in the morning just to fuel myself up for the day.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it depends on just what you're doing in your life.
Yeah, like if you're waking up and you're going to be doing some physically intensive job like farming, construction,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, you might want to have some eggs and some oatmeal and some bacon or something. But like, I mean, I know me, I'm on a computer most days. I'm not really sweating.
Yeah.
I'm not really exerting a whole lot of physical energy. Now my brain might be toast.
Yeah.
But that's a little different. And it also kind of depends, on when you want to get your calories in and how you like to eat. Like if you're one of those people and you would rather have a bigger dinner or a bigger lunch, then it makes sense not to eat breakfast if you feel better eating later in the day. And another thing that does is that since you aren't eating breakfast, some benefit to that could be that either one, you get your calorie maintenance throughout the day with other meals, or two, if you're trying to lose a little weight, then you might even be in a little calorie deficit if you don't eat breakfast. Just a small one if you're not making up for it at lunch or dinner or snacks or whatever.
Yeah, I was reading a WebMD article earlier today, and basically the topic was, is breakfast important? And they're saying people that do not eat breakfast usually end up eating an extra 150 calories a day because they're just like compensating from where they didn't have something in the morning. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, I forgot where it said the test was done at. It was done at some university.
Yeah.
But because that was one of the arguments they were trying to make is, well, actually, these people that are trying to lose weight and cut out a meal, they end up eating more because they're hungry, which I don't know.
Which that comes down to, so like as far as skipping meals or doing intermittent fasting for weight loss, what weight loss kind of comes down to is how many calories you're eating and the macros that you're intaking. So like if you want to lose weight, like there's no magic about it. You have to be in a calorie deficit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to burn more than you lose. That's just how it works. Like and like and that's not necessarily a bad thing because you can easily trim down a lot of your calories by increasing better quality of foods you eat. Like if you eat 500 or 600 calories of carbs in a day, if you cut that back to some extra protein and some extra fats, then that might be enough to change your body composition a little bit.
And 500 calories worth of like steak versus 500 calories worth of lettuce is two different things as far as like the weight of what you're eating. Like 500 calories worth of lettuce is a lot of lettuce, but 500 calories a steak, is like a little cube or something.
Yeah.
So you can eat, if you're eating clean, you can eat way more calories and still eat clean.
Yeah, you can definitely, that'll definitely help your body composition. Because, like, if you don't really care about the number on the scale, but you just care about kind of how you look, then, being in a calorie deficit might not be the best thing. It might be better just to change the way that your proteins, carbs, and fats are adding up in your calories.
Right.
But as far as breakfast goes, I mean, you're going to get, if you have a set number of calories, you're going to either get them later in the day or you're going to start your day by eating some. Personally, I don't mind not eating breakfast because I'm not working a strenuous job. And even on the mornings, I'll wake up and I'll do my workouts in the mornings twice a week. They're bench workouts. And I do those on an empty stomach, and mainly because they are bench workouts, and I can tend to do those with no food in me and be okay. It's a little bit different on the squat and deadlift.
When you eat breakfast, do you feel more awake or anything after you eat?
No, I don't. I don't really notice a difference, really.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't really think I notice a difference, to be honest.
And I really try to live by the way of, if your body's hungry, that's when you need to eat something. Like, you don't need to eat just because somebody else is telling you to, or you need to. Well, not need to, but you just want to. Like, if my stomach's not growling and I'm not like, hey, I need to eat something, then usually I'm not eating anything. Because personally, I think if your body's not telling you you're hungry, then you probably don't need anything. Which, that's just a personal opinion. So that's another reason I don't really eat breakfast, because most days I wake up and I'm not hungry. Which also ties into me eating late at night too, which is bad. So, eating so late at night, I'm probably not even fully digested by the time I wake up. But if I wake up and I am hungry, that's when I'll get something to eat. But that might be 2 or 3 times out of the month, if even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to base what I eat off of if my body's telling me I need to eat something or not.
Yeah. I mean, if you're waking up starving and like you feel awful and like you need food just to feel good and to, get all your sugar levels back up or something like that, then fine, eat breakfast. If that's how you are, then eat breakfast. But regardless, at the end of the day, it's about how many calories you're eating and the macros you're consuming. When and how you do it's kind of up to you. Now, I will admit, a lot of this breakfast stuff that you've been hearing is just kind of stuff that's been backed by cereal companies and like the government and like kind of the food pyramid. And like, honestly, if you're going to eat breakfast, a bowl of Frosted Flakes is not really breakfast. It's like dessert almost. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're really going to sit down and have a breakfast, you need some eggs in there. You need some bacon, some sausage.
Or grab some fruit. I mean, it's still sweet, but it's way better than eating Captain Crunch.
That's true. And you grab some fruit and, apples. Apples are pretty sweet. So that might satisfy your sweet tooth. And that's kind of on the lower carb thing, but, if you don't care about carbs, then, blow up that oatmeal.
Yeah, which oatmeal's good too, though, as far as carbs.
Yeah,
they
not bad.
Stick with you.
Yeah, they do stick with you.
They keep you full throughout the day.
Yeah, this hodgepodge about breakfast is just, it ain't all what you expected. Little Tony the Tiger has been barking at you for too long. You gotta tell Tony to sit down.
Yeah, the main point we're trying to make is that you're not going to die whether you eat breakfast in the morning or not.
Yeah. Either way, you're going to get your calories.
Yeah.
And then I find that it helps. I generally make better choices if I just don't eat breakfast and I just get my food in for lunch and dinner, because generally for breakfast I don't have a lot of time. So if I'm going to eat breakfast, I'm probably going to eat cereal or like some granola bars, because I don't have time to wake up and just like cook a bunch of eggs. Like, I'm already waking up at 4:30 to go lift. I'm not going to wake up at like 3:30 to cook breakfast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not doing that.
But you and I, we're kind of on the same side, but I'd love to hear the other side of the argument, like what other people think.
Like, and I talked to a couple people I know. I mean, they ain't like real big into lifting, but like they go to the gym and they live active lives, and they really do like breakfast, because they say they wake up and they're kind of groggy and kind of lightheaded, and they just don't really feel that good until they get some substance in their body, and then they kind of wake up and kind of get some prepped, and it kind of like primes them for the day.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And then also you have those people, like some people have like low sugar or like low glucose levels, and like they have to like eat stuff in the morning and whatnot. Like if they have like an actual medical reason, but that's a little different than what we're talking about. But so I mean, yeah, I'd be interested to see, because we are kind of on the same side. But most breakfast lovers, they just want to have their frosted flakes.
Yeah, that's true. But I totally get it. I mean, if you got a routine and it's what you do every day, stick with it.
Yeah. Yeah, the main thing is if what you're doing is working and you're feeling good, then don't change it just because we don't eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Like just because someone doesn't eat breakfast don't mean your squat's going to go up.
True that.
Like that's not really how it works.
Whew. I wish I could put as many plates on the bar as I can. Sausage patties on my plate.
Oh, I know.
I'd be lifting thousands of pounds.
Man. I wish that's how it worked.
Me too.
That ain't how it works.
Well, that's all I got to say about breakfast, man.
That's all we got for breakfast. And you know what? Maybe we should come out with our own line of cereal. I don't know what we'll call it. I don't really have a good name, but maybe we could come up with a breakfast substitute. We can call them, I don't know, Steakios or something, where it's just little bits of steak that you pour into a bowl or something.
Steak and milk.
Steak and, I don't know. There's probably some foreign country out there that does it. People cook ham and pineapple juice.
Yeah, but ham's kind of sweet. That kind of makes sense. I don't know.
No, people gonna put pineapple on their meat. They're gonna mix fruits and meats. And they I'm sure somewhere someone's putting milk on their steak or something. I don't know. We can call it Check My Total O's or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what we can call it.
Next time you're at Food Line, keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes open for the Check My Total O's. That's all we got. It's a good time to track your macros if you into that, or don't track them, because that's too much crap to keep up with personally. I ain't tracking that stuff. And you can download apps for that these days. Or you can hire me. I'll track your macros for you. 1-800-TRACK-YOUR-MACROS. Andrew Hinson. I'll do it for $5.99 a minute. I will track every macro you ever consumed, and I'll even track your dog's macro. And you check your Food Line, and check your Walmart, and check your Shark Tank. We're on Check My Totals on every shelf. We out.
We out.
It's time for the IBP Nationals. Mark your calendars for October 19th through the 21st. The 3-day event will be hosted in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. For more information about the competition, visit ironboypowerlifting.com. Please subscribe and thank you for listening. Be sure to follow @CheckMyTotal on Instagram for all the latest updates.